How is everybody doing? Hope you're all fantastic after a crazy week. I'm going to start painting in a moment here. This is a piece that I did previously. It's actually one of my favorite pieces right here. And right now getting set up on another platform before we get started. But I want to just say, hey, it has been a pretty wild and crazy week. What an intense situation in America with the attempted assassination of former President Donald Trump. I know the RNC is today. I almost didn't want to stream because there's so much going on with all of that, but I think it's important to take the time and continue painting. I've had a couple days where I haven't been able to paint, but fortunately I'm able to get back to it today. So there we go. Gonna get set up here, and we're gonna go. Let's see, set this up on our other platform. Right here. And let's do this. Move this back a little bit further. Okay. And I gotta find my hair tie so that I can keep my hair out of my face. So how's everybody doing today? I know there's a lot going on in the world. Let's see. Saw this brilliant artist who, as soon as he spent the whole night after the attempted assassination on President Trump, former President Trump, painting this portrait of him. I thought that was really interesting and unique. But yeah, did a really great job too. I found that quite fascinating. Not just from a standpoint of the guy putting the effort to paint that, but for someone to be able to make use of a trend so quickly. He's probably already sold at least a few thousand paintings already, or prints of it. Actually, you know what? This box is done for. I need to go get another box of gloves. So let's see who we got today. We got the Music Man, Sandy Matlock, Cheryl M. What's going on? Simply Me, Dina. Got some new messages. Hector, what's going on? Petrus Palette. Right now, just pulling out some gloves that we could do here. I might actually do a hand painting like this. This is all painted by hand. Let's call it finger painting. You call it what it is. I read this funny. I was listening to this funny book. It's called See What You're Missing or something. Like, I can't remember the name of the book, but it's written by this woman who somehow broke her way into the art scene, and she says that artists will never call it a finger painting, or curators will never call it a finger painting because that kind of diminishes the value of the painting in some way, or the sophistication of it. But fortunately, I'm not tied down to, for the majority of my work, I do it for live streaming purposes. That is part of my artwork. So fortunately, I'm not tied down by the proper words of a fine, astute gallery. So I call it what it is. This is a hand painting. This was done by my fingertips and hands, which I find exciting. This really is one of my favorite paintings. I think it has a lot of energy. And this was part of my From Black series. So when I do my From Black series is by the way, this video is unofficially sponsored by Space Tea, the world's first mushroom tea. Now, by unofficial, I mean I was not sponsored by this company to promote it, but I do like to talk about the stuff that I'm trying out. So this has lion's mane in it, organic white tea, watermelon, lemonade. As far as I can see, there are no dyes in this, D-Y-E-S. There are no colored dyes in this, which is great. It's so hard to find a drink without a colored dye. Like, why do companies need to put so much toxic colors into their drinks, especially when they're supposed to be for energy, and especially if they're in a non-see-through can? I don't get it, but pretty tasty. I like it. It's got a little bit of a flavor to it, this unusual flavor, but I could go with it. So let me go grab a new canvas. I actually haven't painted it in a couple days, so we're gonna see. I'm looking forward to seeing how this, how my paint stayed dry over the past few days, or if it stayed dry or wet or whatever over the past few days. We'll find out because I haven't painted in a couple of days. So let's grab. We're gonna grab another one of these, another canvas. Another stretched canvas rather than a canvas panel. Because I find it more interesting to work with when it comes to like abstract stuff. So we're gonna do one of these, and then we're gonna get into a more less abstract painting. We're sticking abstract for first. It helps me loosen up my mind, loosen up my brain, get my ideas flowing. And happy Monday, everybody. I know some of you have to get back to work, but happy Monday. And here we go. So I'm gonna put this away. Marie-Ann Sorensen, hello and welcome. Marie-Ann, what do you think of the painting? What ideas does this painting present to you out of curiosity? Since you've been viewing, been here for quite a while, and I'd love to get your opinion on this. Now, I happen to personally like it, and you don't have to be too kind. I'm totally open to even your most critical opinion of this, or you could just simply say it's not your style. But yeah. So this is one of my favorites. I don't know why I love this painting so much, and I want to do more like this. So let's do another one. We're gonna put this down, and we're gonna go ahead and get to painting instead of talking. Right? Let's do it. So let's do this. Let's pop this onto here. Let's pop this baby on. Oh, I see why this is weird. So I've been wondering, why this is weird, the angle. It's because I usually tilt it, and it's not tilted. So that's why my video looks kind of awkward. A lot of colors, yes. That is what I like to do, is constant experimentations with color. Oop. Constant and ever-flowing experimentation with color. So, Marianne Sorensen, how are you? How's your life going? How's your Monday? How is everything happening in Norway? Asuka El Soryu, I live in Burbank, California, which is a part of a wonderful little town in Los Angeles. And like I said earlier, this is going to be part of my From Black series, so I need to start with the color black. So I need to first find some black paint. And honestly, I don't even know if this paint that I have in here is going to be wet enough. So we'll find out in a moment here. It's been a few days since I've painted and it might be dry by now. Oh, wonderful. It's not totally dry yet. But let's start with our black right here. A nice chunk of black right on my finger. You saw a clock. You're fine here. It's cold. Let's just start with... Oh, actually, let me pop this down a bit. So as with many of my videos, these aren't necessarily tutorials as much as it is an exploration of what my mind wants to do. And this will be my From Black series. I started without anything in my mind. I like to start my From Black with just the color black. That's my rule, is starting with the color black and without a specific image in mind. And this helps me to achieve certain effects. So I'm going to pop this brown. Have a lot of this brown color that's kind of dried up. Really dark brown. Let's go ahead and bring this. Maybe this will be like shades of who knows what. Look at this brown. It kind of just a smear. And are those my paintings on my wall? Yes, these are two of my paintings. I have a section where I hold all my paintings behind the camera. But yes, those are my paintings on the wall right there. I plan to put some more up eventually, but for now, I've just been kind of lazy as far as putting hanging stuff up. I have all these paintings that I need to hang up. But let's see. Oh, cool. All right, so we got this beautiful, beautiful sienna here. Where do I want this to go? Maybe we'll be a bit more methodic with this. So this is totally a for fun painting. I mean, I guess like painting or artwork should always be fun, right? It should appeal to some part of your human expression, your soul, your spirit, your ideas, your expression. Personal view on things. Now this looks like right now. Hey, what's up, Northern Falcon? How are you, my friend? What's the latest with you? Got any good stories to tell? You working on any new projects? You're good? All right, good to hear, dude. Fantastic. Oh my gosh. My white has been in here for like 4 days and it is still creamy and ready to paint with. You haven't been getting time to work on projects because of school, but hopefully you're able to continue doing stuff. Yeah. Well, dude, just know that uh, if you need someone to hold you accountable, just let me know. You know, sometimes it's one of those things where it's just like you just need somebody in your circle who is there not to like, you know, be a drill sergeant for you in that sense of motivating, but it was kind of like hold you accountable. It's always been helpful for me. So if you need me to, if you feel like that would be helpful to you, definitely let me know. I'm happy to like message you on Instagram and be like, "Yo, what's going on, dude? Have you made a cube on have you made that cube you were talking about on what's that platform, Blender?" Isn't it weird? Oh, do I? Okay, cool. Well, you know what? I will ask you every time you come in here. I'll be like, "Yo, how's your projects going, man?" And here's the thing, like it's a double thing for me. You know, it's like y'all keep me accountable. The people that you know continue to view my stuff, um, you know, such as yourself, keep me accountable. Even though you're not asking me like how am I doing, there is a part of me that's like, okay, you know, I need to go, I need to paint, I need to create something, not just for myself, but for, you know, anybody who just could benefit from my streams. That definitely keeps me accountable as well. So just know that, you know, I do this for myself, but at the same time, part of my brand is doing it for for y'all as well. So that is a thing. Fern, how you doing? How you doing, kitty? Hindi literature stories where the author talks about how he needs someone to. Oh yeah, dude, I totally need people to hold me accountable because if I don't, I really will get lazy. It is true, man. Like after I completed my marathon, my running a marathon, 42 kilometers, aka 26.2 miles, like I just kind of stopped running for weeks. And I'm finally just now, after like 3, 4 months of slacking off in a gym, finally getting back on a daily schedule. And you know what? I think it's really important to like, you know, I fortunately have people around me that are very, not even supportive, but like I have people around me. Of course, they're supportive, but I have people around me that are like very self motivated, and it's not like I feel I need to keep up. It's more that uh, it's just like you know knowing that they're there, knowing that they're doing what they're doing, just pulls me into that direction like a magnet. Where is this painting going? I have no clue. It might not go anywhere. It might go somewhere. Let's using up all my paint here. That's a booger. Paint booger. Maybe I should start using both hands. If I use both hands, I can't really do anything else, like have a drink of my drink. Now what do? I can't open paint tubes. Just wipe it all off here. There we go. Alright, so what exactly am I doing? I am doing, you've never been in a marathon actually, but you love running exercises. So I'm doing a painting, obviously, but this is a abstract painting. I don't know if you were here for my introduction of this, but this is a hand painting, a finger painting. And, you know, I guess it's funny thinking that there's an adult doing a finger painting, but I was listening to this book the other day about this woman who was like, trying to break into painting, but she realized like how uptight the painting world was, but she really wanted to be a part of it. And you know, she was talking about this funny idea that there's like art curators who would never call a painting a finger painting because it sounds so childish. So they have to like come up with this like fancy term for it. But I'm not one for euphemisms or making up fancy words for things. I'll leave that to, you know, somebody who wants to sell my work in the future. I prefer to call it what it is, a finger painting. So that's just my personal philosophy with art. I'm sure one day I might have a gallerist looking at my work, and they'll see my live stream and be like, gosh, this guy said such stupid things. Why would he call it a finger painting? Now no one's ever going to buy it. But, I don't know. Whatever. I'm doing what I'm doing. So, here we go. But one thing I love about using my hands is that when I get like a thick amount of paint, it like creates this wonderful texture. Oil paint creates this beautiful texture, and I feel like you don't really get the full advantage of oil paint unless you use really thick amounts of paint, because thick layers of paint create this like beautiful, amazing, like almost plastic texture. I'm gonna use up the rest of this phthalo green here. So we're going to lay down this green, this phthalo green. I've already got my blue. People say what? I wasn't sure. I'm not exactly sure what you're saying. People say, or what you feel I said. People say. And again, this was just like one example from a book that I read recently. I'm going to use all sorts of effects here. Today's your birthday, Northern. What is... Happy birthday, dude. My goodness. Well, happy birthday. Congratulations on making it to whatever age you are. That's an accomplishment. I know it doesn't seem like it, but... there are some people who, you know, for whatever reason, sadly don't make it to your age. A lot of people around the world, and know what? It is an accomplishment. But you still got more to do. You've got a reason for being here, right? You have a reason for being alive. You have a reason for being around. You got to make the best of it. Or not. Choice is yours. But you know, I think most people could benefit from making the best of whatever lives they experience. So right now what I'm doing is I'm laying down a lot of paint because that helps me stay fluid with the work that I'm doing. And in order to do so, I need to lay down lots and lots of paint. So there you go. See, it's good. They say that writing things down, and I know you're not writing, you're texting, which, you know, it's a step in a good direction. But they say that writing goals down makes them that much more likely to happen, which is a great thing. So this is my mineral spirits. I have a little jar of mineral spirits, and it helps to thin the paint. So I'm going to use this and kind of just like squirt a little bit onto this canvas to help create like a little texture on it. Squirt a little bit here, a little bit there. And now it's just creating this drippy effect here. Just going to thin the paint out a little bit. I saw this wonderful painting a little while ago that was like basically all made totally from dripped paint. And it was absolutely amazing because when you looked at it from a distance, it just looked like this wonderful painting of like a scene, like a landscape. But when you got up close, you could tell that it was mineral spirits. I don't know what it contains. It's like some chemical. It's not good for you. I just know that it's some chemical that's really don't drink it and all that. So Northern, what would you say, since we're on this topic of conversation, what would you say are the 3 things, and there could be more, but what would you say are 3 things that define your potential? This is important. It's a helpful thing to consider. So let's go with some blue. You know what? I'm going to take this blue right here. And I'm going to take this white right here. And let's try to draw something. We're going to draw an ocean here. You know what I want to do right now? I actually want to pop this off the canvas a little bit. All right, so self-knowledge, consistency, and talent. So what would you define as the talent? Yeah, definitely. You got to support yourself for sure. Especially when if you're just starting out and you don't have the same level of support, you got to do it. Oops. Darn. Okay, that's not going to work. Let's see. Maybe I learned this as a trick. Maybe if I bring this forward and these little tabs forward. I don't like having these tabs here, but it could be helpful. Let's bring those forward and lock them in place. Alright, maybe I'm just not going to be able to make that happen. But that's okay. I'm going to call this one the Hurricane in My Soul. So are you saying that you're not going to define your talent with a specific skill? Like, what do you feel you are talented at? Alright, now let's grab some red and let's grab some yellow. And we're just gonna start. Oh yeah, so we got the sun. Let's get sun and something. With a yellow circle and a red circle right around here. Going both at the same time. Let's cross sections here. Let's cross hands like a musical artist. I think every painting always needs like some sort of face. Paintings always need faces. So we're just going to draw a Actually, you know what? Let's create this circle here. Talents are unique capabilities and intellect polish to further achieve. So knowing thyself is a talent. That's good. I mean, it is definitely a talent because you know what you. Because when you know what you like and you know what you don't like, I mean, some people spend their whole lives trying to know themselves, and some people never find it. But if you do feel like you know yourself, that is definitely a talent. And now you gotta go make sure that you're able to make the best of knowing yourself. Now these marks, once they're established, maybe they have a rhyme or reason. You know it's funny. Like sometimes part of me wants to say that there's no meaning behind some of the things I do. Like some people are like, oh, what made you, do this, or why are you doing that? But although I don't necessarily have like a very an obvious explanation, I think that a real artist deep down, at some level, every mark, as random or as specific as it seems, is some idea that's, you know, locked deep within. Like, although these seem like random marks, and I feel like they are random marks, part of me is thinking like, you know, some part of my intuition is telling me to make these marks down here. Some element of my intuition is saying to make these marks, and you know, it's not a specific thing, but it is a thing. So there we go. There you have it. Well, there you go. You know what you got to do, and that's the best you can do, right? You know what you got to do. I mean, you know what you don't know, you know what you know, and the best you can do is keep learning. How's this coming along so far? Bring in some of this black here. Let's flip this baby around, shall we? Trying to find a way to do it that I'm gonna flip it around this way. You know what? I'm being too gentle. And here we go. So it's set up now, flipped around. Let's continue on. Emotional intelligence is a very important skill. And it's not easy to develop. Like, you know, I think there's a lot of like talk on the internet, particularly like, you know, places like Reddit. And, you know, people say things like, oh, well, why can't, you know, these people need to become more emotionally intelligent. People need more emotional intelligence, or these people have no emotional intelligence. But, you know, I think it's not an easy skill to develop. You know, people make it sound like it's just this natural human thing that we should all just be like super emotionally intelligent. But I think the truth is that it is not as you know, as easy of a skill as some people are making it out to be, or You know, I don't think it's difficult to make the choice to become a kind human being, but I do think it's difficult to exercise a high level of emotional intelligence on a day-to-day basis. For some people, not everybody. Some people are just saints, and that's wonderful. But I think for the most part, you know, if you feel you have a high level of emotional intelligence, you are a gifted person. And it will be a very, very useful skill for you going into the future. I think this has too much green. So we're going to take some of our white. Yes, going very wild, just fingertips. Why is this so flimsy right now? Maybe I need to set it against something. There we go. Alright, hopefully that's a little better. Let's grab some of our yellows. I'm gonna grab more yellow, more red. Put some blue on this finger, some green on this finger, and just mush it around. There we go. You know what? I always need a red circle in my paintings. Red circles help so much. So I need a red circle. That's my thing. Put one right here. Throw in some yellow around that. Here's my red circle. So let's see, cleaning up my hands. Yes, definitely going wild here. I don't know if it's gonna come out, if anything's gonna come out of this jumbled mess, but we shall see. We're gonna keep pushing it, and you know what? I need some more white. I'll lay down some more white here. Got enough green, got enough yellow, got the basic colors. And you know what I got? I gotta use that drippy thing. Gotta use some more of this drippy thing. I really want to add some more drip. Let me lower this a little bit. Rotate it on its side so that I can actually get this dripping down. Yeah, I believe this type of painting really expands your it is really messy, yeah. But I think this type of painting really opens you up to possibilities because oh yeah, originally I had named this today's live stream like there's some of the greatest artists in the world are the ones that open opportunities for other people to become artists, you know? And I don't know if you know this, but according to art history, there was a time when artists weren't allowed to just like do things however they wanted. They had to first do like years and years of schooling. They had to be born into a wealthy family so that they could go to those schools. They had to be recommended into those schools by like royalty. And then once they got to those schools, they had to, you know, basically become like, you know, they basically had to like become students. I mean, you know, I'm trying to think of a word that's not necessarily students, but they become like uh, they basically become tools for those schools, and they have to like do art a certain very specific way before they can like move on. But I think it's wonderful that today so many great artists have been alive since our time. That art really is an opportunity, not just for the elite, but it's an opportunity for anybody who really has a desire to do artwork. And if that rant didn't really make sense, feel free to let me know. But I haven't really formulated a specific, how that should sound yet. But yeah, I think the real great artists of society are the ones that have opened up opportunities for, you know, not just the people that could draw perfect copies of the most elite ateliers, books, and artists, but, you know, artists that might come from different backgrounds, that might be a bit more, might have a different mentality, for lack of a better term. Art brute, they might call it, you know, people that come from non-traditional backgrounds and maybe even have like what some people might call like a disability. All right, what I want to do now is I want to turn this sideways. Let's make this a sideways. Let's rotate this. We got Sid HUS. What's going on? So I have my TikTok on mute because I live stream on YouTube as well, and sometimes you get too crazy having both at the same time. So my TikTok is on mute, just to let you know, but I am working on this painting right now, describing what I am doing. And you know what? Hey, so we got the Bussior fam. All right, Northern. I'm going to do a special little thing for you. We're going to throw an NF in here to thank you. We're going to say happy birthday NF. So HBNF. Somewhere in here it's going to be, let's see, I'm trying to find a good place. HBNF. Obviously, you might not even know it's there unless you actually know that it's there. So HBNF. So we might, you know, kind of blend that in a little better, but happy birthday, dude. This is a finger painting, everybody. Yes, that's right. We're finger painting. People will wonder one day, what is HBNF? Yeah, Bussior. It's been a couple of days. I've know, it's been a crazy week. I've been very busy. And here's what I must do. I must take this black here, and I need to just do a line. Let's do rule of thirds, third, third, third. Let's just do a line across here. Sometimes I do this and it comes out really nice, and sometimes it just gets a little too messy. But you know what? That's how we discover ideas. You know what? Maybe nothing comes out of this and I just wasted a lot of paint. Who knows? That's okay too. Let's grab some of this white here. We're gonna go put it into our hands, mold it into our hands, and let's go like this. We're gonna go put some huge splotches of white here. Let's see. Pretty much exploring. You love the art? Oh yeah? That's cool. Well, I'm glad you're enjoying it. I'm curious to see where this goes as well. I might almost be done. Who knows? And then we could start on something a bit more serious. Let's go down here. We're going to take our red and not be shy, and we're going to leave little splotches of red right down here. Take some more of this red. Bam, bam, bam. The only thing I really don't like about this is I feel like I didn't quite capture like really pure colors, pure vibrant colors. But let's see, what can we do? Trying to see how it's looking on a on the side screen here. So almost getting something. I like what's going on in this little corner right here. I like what's going on in this corner right here. It's unusual. And let's see. So let's go pop this in. The colors that are on my hands right now are not what I want. Which means getting both hands into the action here. Let's do another flip, shall we? Let's flip this. Let's flip this all again, and we're gonna flip it one more time. I don't know if this will be the last flip. It might be. We're gonna go ahead and give this a flip around, just so I can constantly look at this from like different perspectives, and it'll give me new ideas. Because although this is I am doing this seriously, it's also not a totally serious piece. As in, everything I do comes from, you know, some level of like a serious view of art, but not like a serious, but not seriously. So, anyway, let's do this. Got the reds and the greens. Let's take some of our blue. And how can we make our blue nice and thick here? And here we go. So bring that blue right there. That blue. Let's cover the sides. Let's color the sides a bit. Grab that blue, grab this blue. It's a little too thick, it'll take too long to dry, so I do want to grab a little bit more of it, kind of plaster it across. You know what? Let's grab our handy dandy, you're gonna play Roadblock. See you soon. All right, cool. Our handy, what do they call it? A palette knife tool, and we're gonna see how this goes. So take some, lay it down. 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 I'm trying to see how it looks on camera. Pretty expressive painting. I like the expressiveness so far. I think we still got a little bit more to go though. I feel like this needs some design there. There we go. This F should stand out a bit more. And let's go. I actually like where this is. It's got a look. Has a look. Lay it down. Take some. Oops. That was a happy accident, people. Nice, happy little accident. And there's all sorts of texture here. Let's maybe carve out this circle and see what kind of effect we can get. Help to define that idea. And here we go. All right, I see like a rose of some sort. So let's go bring this down. Let's kind of carve out like a rose. Of course, every rose has its thorns. An invitation to go live again. Who is this? Alright, some more invitations to go live. And go. And bring that color down. I'm just gonna go take this to the edge. To the edge. I like this rose motif that I've got up here. But I feel like this just needs a bit more yellow to make me happy. Needs a bit more yellow. So I need to find a good spot for the yellow. Got a nice thick chunky yellow. Actually, you know what? I want to spread this out to be a bit chunkier. Let's find a good place. Okay, let's spread it around our rose here. Oh, losing the yellowness. That's okay. We're gonna pop the yellow, pop more yellow into yellow and white. Where's this one? There we go. Let's see where else this should go. Maybe one little piece. So using rule of thirds, I'm going to do one little piece right here. And you know what? Maybe make somebody that looks like a person. You know, you always, anytime someone puts like a little person into an image, kind of makes it provocative, doesn't it? It's a person or what? The world will never know what was in my mind. So let's go like this. Let's actually carve out some of this area. We're going to carve this out right here. Carve a little rectangle here. I don't know why I feel like carving a rectangle, I just do. And let's go, actually let's have an effect right here. We're going to go in here's a good place for this effect that I want to do. I'm going to go like this. I'm going to go around this yellow. Got like a little windmill design. And you know what? I think we're done with this fun piece. Where's the NF? Bob Ross reference. So the NF, so HBNF is right here. So the F is here. If you look really closely, this forms like an F. I don't make it too obvious. But you know what? I will throw. Hey, Mal, what's going on? How you doing, Mal? Got an HB, nice big bold HB, HBN. All right, we're gonna leave this at this, and then we're gonna go ahead and knock out a more serious painting. Or not serious. I think serious is the wrong term to use, but a painting that has more technical considerations. For lack of a better term, we're gonna do something with better technical considerations. I should change my gloves because these gloves have too much paint on them. They're too oily. Alright, finding a good place to put this that won't ruin any of my other pieces. Ooh, it's so heavy. This is a heavy painting. I mean, compared to what it was before, compared to some other paintings, it was a heavy painting. But this is it, people. This is my abstraction of life. So, here we go. Alright, where should I put this? Go ahead and stick this. I know where to put my artwork. All right, let's start a new one. Sure. Gonna pop open a new canvas. This is gonna be on a panel. So Matt, let's see. Northern Mal. You missed out on a finished painting of the body parts, the one with red legs. Turned out all right. Yeah, I would totally show you, but my hands, I just like set down paintings and they're kind of like all still wet, and it's gonna take me like a lot of agility and coordination to maneuver the paintings in a way that they won't totally get paint on each other. So I can't unfortunately do it right now to show you, but maybe in a couple days when everything starts to dry, I'll kind of go through all my paintings again. But we're gonna start a new painting here. Just pop a new canvas panel on here and get started. Actually gonna switch out the gloves too. Busior fam, welcome back. How was Roadblock? Oh no! So paint got into my hand, so my nail is green, which means I need to go wash my hand real quick. I don't like leaving oil paint on my hand for too long. Okay, everybody, we got a new pair of gloves. So, yeah, I'm feeling. How am I feeling? I'm feeling good. I actually haven't eaten breakfast yet, but I'm feeling good. I wanted to get my stream. I wanted to get to my stream on time. So, I kind of skipped breakfast today, but, yeah. So Mal, what's going on? Mal, did you have a different name? Because really, honestly, I don't remember the name Mal seeing in any of my previous live streams. Feeling good, feeling creative. Right now, anyone who wants to do anything, let's knock out some push-ups, people. So this part of the video is inspired by King Batch. I follow him on Facebook, and if y'all don't know who he is, King Batch, Kingbach. I follow him on Facebook, and he's always like randomly doing push-ups at any given time of the day. And I really like that message. It's not even like, it's not a text message. It's a, you know, a visual message. Like, dude, if you want to get fit, or dudette, you know, if you want to get fit, if you want to be fit, there's no excuse, literally, not to do push-ups, but you can do it any time of the day. So I'm going to knock a couple out. Inspired by King Batch. Eight, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 20. Like, how powerful is that? That any time of the day you can just knock out push-ups. And it's one of the best exercises for your upper body. You get your shoulders, get your back, get your chest, your abs. And let's start on this. So, last thing I did was this head. So we're going to play with this next head. I already did that one. Should I do another one? Nah. What should I do? So many options. Alright. Alright, so I'm going to get started. I'm going to find a good brush here to sketch with. Good sketching brush. And let's do, what colors shall I work with on this one? Let's just try with a green. We're going to go with a dark green. And that's what we're going to use to paint this piece right here. And go with some green. And let's see, sketch this figure out here. Sketch them using rule of thirds, pretty much. And here we go. This needs to be a bit sharper. And let's see, thinner. So sketching phase, just making some decisions tied to our overall painting. And we're going to go, I think this is about double that. Let's see the size of this. Using proportion to measure. So we're going to go 1, 1, 1, and 2/3. So whatever this size is, I got to go 1 2/3. So 1 and... about 1 2/3, which would be right around here. So that's how I estimate about the size and the length of what I need. This doesn't necessarily need to be totally straight here. And then from this, we're gonna go pop out the neck. Wants to see the cat. Hey, take care, Northern. Have a great rest of your birthday. There's our cat right there. So anyway, let's see. We're gonna go right here. Bring this chin up. It's about the same length as that. And then go like this. I think my other one looked better, but anyway, let's see. We need some. The only thing is there's not really any features to work with as far as this one goes. But let's go down. Let's go down. I need to bring this in a bit more. Let's come about halfway down to the nose. Bigger forehead. Alright, this might just have to be one of those paintings where I trust the process. So here we go. Let's bring this down. And why is this so huge? Let's do this. I'm going to go straight into painting this shadow area. Here we go. So this is quite distinct. So it's a little bit going to look a little different than it did previously, but we'll go with it. And let's see. Paint into the head. Now let's bring in some of our white and yellow. We're going to create a lighter version of this color. So here we go. Let's go. Let's do go super light. I think it needs more white here. Okay. Grab this color. And he's got hair, so we probably don't need that much. Let's go around. Probably don't need this much stuff. And here we go. And for our gentleman here, I'm gonna go with a really dark collar. Ugh. Go with a really dark collar. I'm gonna mix some black into this to make it give it even a more dense color differentiation. And let's go ahead. All right, so we're gonna go right here, make sure that we get this nice and dark. What I want to do now is I want to give him some red hair. Let's give it some red hair. Let's see, red, bring in this red, paint it with this, grab our white. I don't think this is going to be the best color. think it needs more yellow. Guess we're gonna paint his hair a fleshy color. Let's do that. And here we go, okay. Very dramatic head of some guy, right? That's what we're going for, the dramatic head. What do I want to do with this color? We're going to make it a light blue. So let's do this. Let's bring in this blue. All right, Katie, what's going on? Katie Cat, hope you're doing fantastic. What's the latest with you, Katie? How's your cat? Yes, great to see awesome and amazing people who tune in and just pop in, just say hello. How great is that? If only businesses were, like physical retail stores and businesses were like that, where like, I mean, I guess people do that in like smaller communities, but I feel for the most part, like when you have like I used to work in a lot of restaurants, and we have regulars, and the regulars like to come in, chat, have drinks, chill for a little bit. But you know what? There's always that obligation of someone who's coming into a restaurant to be like, hey, I have to order something. I can't just hang out here and talk to my favorite sushi chef. But I think it's interesting that, there should be more places like that. And obviously this is one of those virtual places that allows for, creates an environment that's welcoming like that. So anyway, you're popping in and out of stream, by the way, so loving the artwork. You're good. You're mainly working on your Traveler's Notebook project. What's that? Tell us about the Traveler's Notebook project. By the way, I am going to end the stream soon enough because I didn't have breakfast. I skipped breakfast. So I need to take a break to eat, get some of my calories in. Otherwise, I will have mental challenges. So let's go like this. Let's do something up here. We're gonna go. Elastic bands to hold in notebooks. We need more third place. What's a third place? Oh, third places, yeah. Uh, Traveler's notebooks are a binder system. So are you making your own Traveler's notebook? Is it for? I know this sounds stupid, but are you making it for travel, or like what's the purpose of a Traveler's notebook in your case? All right, so you have a variety of sizes. You have 4 TNs, 2 custom made, 2 unexpected. Traveler's company is a creative system to make 2 sizes standard, which is third letter size passport. All right. So are you doing that because you want to create like a journal or system of some sort, or is it a creative project, or are you just making them to sell? Just curious, just wondering. This forehead's too long, so this needs to come down a bit. One at each size, A510. The wall is passport size, and you made yourself. Well, awesome. Sounds like you've gotten very. Sounds like you're making some crafts, which is fantastic. Basically everything: planning, journaling, sketching, creativity, storage. Awesome, great things to work with. So what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna combine this color green with some blue, and we're gonna work in some of the shadows here. All right, so you're working on some fairly loose scripts. Amazing. All right, very cool. Good to know, but I need to take a break now because my mind is definitely feeling the effects of not having eaten breakfast yet. So I need to go get some food and take a break. Probably be back later. Don't know how late, but I do have a goal to continue this painting today. So we'll see how that goes. And yeah, hey Katie, thanks for jumping in just to say what's going on, sharing progress. Great to see, great to know what's going on. Closing up my palette here. Yeah, thank you. See you later, Katie.